Hello, hello, hello. Let me move my drink out of the way of my mic to bring you closer. Hello, how are you all? Turn down that music just a little bit, mayhaps. Our lovely violin music that I'm just enjoying very much. We're doing something a little bit different today. Still along the visual novel theme, and there are going to be attractive people in it, because there's vampires. And of course you know how we feel about vampires. Also, Klaus changed his outfit just for you. Ignore his very white legs. I need to put some pants on this man, other than just shorts, but he has such nice legs. I hate to cover him up. But he's wearing his little vampire outfit. One of multiples. But, it is October. This is the first stream of Octoberween, which means we have to dress Klaus up in a new costume every stream, as is tradition. And so today, we have him as a vampire, because we are going to be playing Vampire Therapist. My face is covering the name of the title. Why is my face covering the name of the title? Also, why is my face down so low? What has happened to my face? What is that? Oh, it's not. That's just the sky above me is the same color as the background. I thought I was doing something terrible. Vampire Therapist. That is me. I am the Vampire Therapist. I'm definitely certified to do this. But no, Twitter decided that, according to my algorithm of being thirsty and liking vampires and liking visual novels, I should play this game. So I researched it, and it looked very, very interesting. So of course, I had to play it. I have not played it before, so y'all are gonna get to see my first walkthrough. Other than researching it, this will be my first time playing it. I know the game has been out for a little bit, so it's not brand new, but it's still pretty new. I want to say it came out a couple months ago, if memory serves me correctly. I'm gonna put my little face back up where it belongs. But yes, it's been out for a few months. Has good reviews. I was gonna read something on their Discord. I don't know if I can bring it up real quick. Hold that thought. I wanted to read something because, hello. Hi, Shan. I have an unbanned request. I saw that. I don't know if I should do it or not, though. This is the only person we had to ban once from Discord because they were causing some sort of word. They were causing some drama. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, he hauled at it. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. Like, they had gotten banned for essentially, just kind of nagging in, the Discord and being a little bit of commotion. Thank you. That word. Thank you. They were causing a little bit of a commotion in the Discord, a year or so ago. And the mobs were just like, let's just cut some of this out. So we just, yeah. But yeah, I just saw that we just got that this week, which I thought was interesting. So I haven't touched it yet. But, also, hi Shan, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm not usually streaming this late, after work and such. Oh god, it is after 9. Yeah, we probably won't last for a super, super long stream. Maybe an hour or two. I just really want to play Vampire Therapist. But, what I was trying to look up on their Discord that I was going to share with y'all is... let me find it. Little Bat Games. Also, I just love their Little Bat Games. Where can I find that? It might be on their, I think it's on their website. So, this game, like some of the other ones we watched, actually has voice acting in it. Which I love, because y'all know that I am not... I'm not the most skilled voice actor, well, let's put it that way. I don't have many different voices I can do. This is about the best I get. And, because of that, I'll read the lines, you know, like you do. I just feel very self-conscious about it most of the time, because I'm like, I just don't really have the best voices for this. So I get super excited whenever a game has voice acting. I get very ecstatic about that. And this one, where is it that they were talking about their voice acting? Because I just thought it was the best thing ever. Oh, I don't want to have to quote it off the top of my head, but maybe I will. Oh, I might just have to just tell you what I remember. It's in one of their frequently asked questions where they were talking about the voice actor. Here it is! Okay, I found it! It is in the Discord. Okay, I feel so much better now. Okay, so someone asked, is the game voice? And this person, the person who wrote this, which I think is the dev, said, yes, we've got some of the best voice actors in the business for this one. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. You know, some people will claim that. And I'm like, okay, well, who do you have? Not like I know that many voice actors, but I was just genuinely curious. They said, I voiced a lot of the characters myself. You might know me from Hades as Dionysus, Theseus, and Ares. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. That they were in Hades. I remember watching my friend play that game. Was very impressed by it. And then also, they added this in there. But I brought on Matthew Mercer from Critical Role, Baldur's Gate 3, and of course, a bajillion other things. Matthew Mercer voices people in this game. And I was like, okay. Alright then, and then, of course, I have to give notice to the other people that they all solicited. Francesca, I cannot pronounce the last name. Is it Mose? Also from Hades and Final Fantasy. Sarah Grayson, and stage actor Kylie Clark. So, there's some good people in this, but as soon as I saw Matthew Mercer, because I have a special place in my heart for him, longtime fan of Critical Role, and of just anime in general, I was ecstatic when I saw that. So I already was going to play the game, but that just sold it to me even more. What's my mouse doing? Is he possessed of the demons? Anywho, alrighty, so let us get in here and play this. I'm so excited. Okay, also, there are disclaimers for this game, okay? Vampire Therapist explores or touches on sensitive topics such as war, abuse, addiction, sexual oppression, suicidal ideation, religion, and of course, death. These may be uncomfortable or upsetting for some readers. We recommend that readers with a history of trauma related to any of these topics approach this game with caution. Naturally, a game about vampires will also involve blood and sexual themes. Of course, like, you can't have it. Oh yeah, where is it? Too quiet in the chat, where is he? Yeah, I don't know, where is the moose? That is very sus. Hold on, I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna text that boy saying, where are you? It's odd when you're quiet, it's suspicious. Vampire Therapist was developed in consultation with licensed therapists, but it should not be considered a substitute for therapy. Unless you're a vampire. So if you're a vampire, this should be your therapy. I'm texting Moose right now saying, where are you? Okay. He's probably just being quiet and gonna throw. Because lately, that's what he's been doing. He lurks. And then when I least expect it, he just throws in a, some sort of really loud sound effect and scares me.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man. Well, kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire. Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit. That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real terror.
He is very
I got
yeehaw.
lucky, though. I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my fangs. They taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace.
And his name is John C.
What did I say? I told you he was gonna jump in there.
And I found
Hi, Moose.
revelation.
Welcome.
What I realized was, it ain't
Yeah,
fangs that
there
make
he
us
is.
monsters. It's the self-defeating ways we think.
This guy sounds like he's from my neck of the
As
woods.
the world started getting smaller, my old vampire gang tracked me down. Them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw. But I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing. And found a vampire
That
who's
is
helping
such
my
a cute
kin find their
emoji.
way. Fella named
Cowboy.
Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old. He
Andrew
invited me to come
Macos.
out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers.
Me and my PC,
I'm going on a
1989.
trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been lucky, and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them.
I love this already. I love our Yeehaw vampire. The Yeehaw ghost. He's not a ghost. He's a vampire. His name's Sam. And that's us. We play as Sam. We're the Haddly Doodly.
Well, I think this is the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Streeb.
I identify with this. This is me trying to read any names in any visual novel games. Yeah, that's it. The emotes are not everything about you. Oh, the Yeehaw ghost. Well, I was talking about the Yeehaw ghost in the game. But fine then. Rude. I like the Yeehaw ghost. Okay, anyway. Alright. What we got,
sure
Sam?
Is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here.
Yeah, I'm an old man though. We gotta turn it in like pretty soon. We can't stay up too late, Sam. We got things to do. Why is clicking not doing that?
Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself.
Better watch myself. I'm also a vampire. You can tell because my eyes are red.
Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
Oh, the Klaus emote. Sprechen Sie English.
Ja, hello, Alta. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Is that Matthew Mercer? Because that definitely sounds like him. Sam is you. Sam is me. This is literally me if I was a vampire. Howdy, dude. I love it. Tell him you're here to party. Ask about the dress code. Ask about Andro Machos. Ask about the club. Ooh, should we just get down to business and ask her? No, we're gonna ask about the club first. What is with my mouth? Why are you... My mouse is just jumping. Oh, there's like a hair on the bottom of it. Hold on. Got a cat hair. It's interrupting. Imagine that. There was a white cat hair. Don't know where that came from. Okay, we're gonna ask about the club.
Well, what's so special about this club?
Immernacht is the greatest club aller Zeiten. The owner makes sure everyone has a good time.
Didn't expect the German vampires too. Well, that's because he had to go travel. He's gonna go learn from this vampire that's like 3,000 years old, okay? And he's gonna learn him how to be a therapist. Alright. Also, my country is gonna be so bad during this entire stream, so y'all better buckle down. Because he's gonna bring my Georgia out something terrible. And I'm just gonna let it happen.
If anyone acts without respect, they are banned from the club forever.
Yeah, that was definitely Matthew Mercer. It has to be. Also, I love this. I love the designs. I love our German goths.
You are free to do and be whatever you like, as long as you are harming no one.
Okay, I like that.
Und I hear that they are now attracting sexy old cowboys.
Oh, you're too kind.
Shh, Maxie. He is old enough to be your grandfather.
So, if you're a consenting adult, that's fine.
Oh, come on now. You're just flattering me. I'm only a couple hundred years old.
Yeah, that is Matthew Mercer. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's Matt. I'm only a couple years old. Yeah, I ain't that old.
Oh mein Gott, he is so cute, Reinhard. Can I keep him?
Tell him you're here to party. Ask about the dress code. As much as I would love to party down with y'all, I am actually here on a mission, so I'm gonna be the grown up, and I'm gonna ask about Andromachos.
I'm looking for Andromachos.
Oh, Makos, that's how he says it. Andromachos. I was getting even country than I'm supposed to be.
You mean the club owner? Ja, that is why we are here.
Oh.
If you're lucky, he will invite us to the private party at the end of the night.
Private party.
Well, what happens there?
Yeah, what happened there?
I think maybe it is too kinky for Americans to hear.
Oh, you got one of them dungeons, I see. Tell me you're here to party. Ask about. I'm here to party. Now I'm gonna say it. All right, you said that it's too kinky. No, I'm here to. I can throw down.
I can cut loose. What kind of party is this?
Yeah.
The kind where we dance all night and get sexy.
The best kind.
Oh, here are them kind of vampires.
You couldn't tell, but yeah, they're them kind of vampires, Sam.
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, oder?
I mean, you're not wrong. They broke Sam! Aw, Sam.
Although we have to get past the bouncer first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
Oh, so y'all haven't even gotten inside yet. We're still outside.
Oh, wait a sec. There's something about what she just said. I can feel it.
You can? Is that why you're glowing?
It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think.
What? What is it?
Well, let's see. One type of thinking I noticed I called hot branding. That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of.
Okay.
There's high noon mind. That's when we treat a situation like it's a do or die showdown.
Okay.
And there's saloon thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine.
Okay.
I can always check my journal if I need examples. I kept all my notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there.
I forgot that there was actually other mechanics behind the story. Oh man, you mean I have to remember stuff? Okay, I'll try.
I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though.
High noon mind?
Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
Oh, I have to pick now. Can I look at my journal? Private property, do not read. Reward if found. Cowboy bloodsucker at vmail.com. Is that a real email? Okay. I found this old notebook and figured I'd take it with me to Europe. I figured it'd help me organize my thoughts. I'll separate it into sections so I can jump to them right quick. That way, when I need to get it to a particular section of my notes, all I gotta do is hop over to that section. Easy as falling off a horse. And falling off a horse is real easy. Alright, we've got cognitive distortions. My clients. My ramblings. Do I have anything in my clients yet? Oh. When I start getting therapy clients, I'll put my notes about them here. I'll update after every session. I figure I can see how they're doing over time. That is, if Andromachos decides I'm ready for this whole therapist business. Cross my fingers. And my journal is just for writing my ramblings while I'm on this big trip, not my official notes. Alright, so now we're going to look at our cognitive distortions. Man, my therapist made me do cognitive distortions. I have a list of 10 of them somewhere around here. 10 ways of 10 cognitive distortions, like black and white thinking, all or nothing, all the things that of course my brain does. Okay, the funny ways we think. I realize we vampires can think in funny ways sometimes, like reality's right in front of us. You know what, I can do it back too. I got my goat this time. Last stream I wasn't ready and I did not have my goat. There, I had my own goat this time. You're welcome. I got him, so I have him ready for stream. If you do it, if you scream at me, I'll scream back. Let's see, what for us, we just can't see it. Heck, pretty sure it's all humans who do that, not just vampires. We do think funny thinking in particular ways, so I figured I'd write them down so I don't forget them. I'll include examples so I remember how they work. So here's our things, and I need to pick which one they're doing to give him an appropriate response, apparently. Also, something else I did notice about in this game when I was reading about it, the dev said... God, don't have a scream for your Wilhelm scream other than just me screaming. But thank you for the bits. What was that? Oh yeah, that you can't lose in this game. They didn't give bad endings. Just if you don't give as corrective an answer, I think it'll just lead to different dialogue options. But they didn't outright make it like a hard lose, bad ending, you failed, and really bad things will happen to your clients. And I appreciate that they did that. Okay, sometimes things can just seem black and white. Win or lose, famine or feast, live or die. Like everything's a big showdown. It can feel like we've only got two options, win the day or end up with a stake in the heart. That's high noon mind. It's thinking in extremes, ignoring all the in-betweens. So this is black and white thinking. Either or. It can only be this situation or this situation. We stress ourselves out when stakes are high. Examples. If I can't get the best side of my butt's gonna break, ain't no doubt. Either I show up ready to win the rodeo, or I better just not show up. The fate of the Wild West is hanging on this gunfight. So, I think they mean just black and white thinking, but also it seems like this one is definitely when stakes are high. Like, it's high risk situations, it seems specific. Also, I know that this is based off of cognitive behavioral therapy. CBT, which means something very different if you're from where I'm from. And I'm not the best at cognitive behavioral therapy. It's not my particular cup of tea. It's not something I really do with my therapist. We take different approaches with me because of autism being what it be. But it is still the most common, I think, most commonly taught in therapy, ways of working with people, and one of the approaches to therapy. And I can see why they picked it for the game. I know that they've already gotten some pushback, considering some of the things that are on their frequently asked questions. But, that being said, it's a game, and we're just going to take it for that. But I do see the validity in why they picked it. Oh, wait, no, I want to continue reading. Okay, saloon thinking. A lot of us bloodsuckers have a habit either of feeling responsibility or soul control, or of feeling completely hopeless. Thing is, usually neither is true. Feeling hopeless don't mean we're powerless, and feeling untouchable don't mean we're invincible. That's saloon thinking either way. Our real capabilities are somewhere in between. So examples, with my dark powers, vampires shall dominate the mortal world. If a mortal discovers our secret, it's entirely my responsibility to deal with it. I can't deal with the bureaucracy of international travel with my coffin. I'm stuck in the USA forever. Okay, to me, saloon thinking and the other one seem very similar. Again, it's like, maybe saloon thinking is just thinking you're all powerful, but this one also seems like, this last example feels more like High Noon Mind to me. Maybe I'll learn better as we go. Okay, hot branding. We vampires call ourselves awful names. I'm a failure. I'm unlikable. It's like burning ourselves with a big old branding iron. So every time we look at ourselves, we'll keep seeing those names. Hot brand is just calling ourselves names that do no good. I missed that shot. I'm such butterfingers. Crying over a horse, you're sappy as hell. That fella doesn't like wearing leather. He's only a vampire wannabe. Okay, so what are they doing then? I don't want to have my own fun. It's the only place to be on a Friday night. I'm gonna say that's High Noon Mind, because it's an either-or situation, and she's saying that if they can't go in there, they can't have fun. But you can. It's not black and white situation. You can have fun in other places. So, I'm gonna say that's High Noon Mind.
Amigos, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
I got an achievement for that, for making my first deduction. Oh, I feel so smart. Oh, yay.
Reinhardt, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks.
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club, because we are now meeting you.
Oh, Reinhardt, you're so sexy.
Hey, if meeting me makes your night better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromachos, though.
I'm never gonna pronounce that right. Makos. If I just take the H out in my brain, maybe I can pronounce it the way that they want me to.
You have to get past the bouncer. He decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night.
Oh, we'll just have to get his attention.
Maybe I'll have a little word with him.
Yeah.
Excuse me, friend. I hear you're the man to talk to around these parts.
He's ginormous and terraflying. And I don't know if he's speaking the English.
I'm here to see Andromachos.
He growls thoughtfully.
Have fun, mate.
That was it?
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear?
Cowboy, what about us?
Pronounced it like Mach Speed and not Macho Man. Yeah, see, that's my thing, is I want to pronounce it like Macho Man. Mach. Yeah, like Mach Speed. I don't know, it's the, my brain just wants it to be Macho. Macho Man. Bring them joy, or dash their hopes. No, bring them joy. Bring them joy.
Yeah, sure, they're friends of mine.
Yeah, they're friends of mine.
Have fun, mate.
Yeah!
Well, come on, you two. We ain't got all night. Yeah.
Aw, we made their night. We made
It's
friends.
awful loud in here.
Yeah, it is, Sam.
Come on, my liver, dance with us!
Well, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later. Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this.
I don't know what that sounds like, Sam, but I guess that's not good. Which makes sense as Mach was a scientist from that area of the world. Really? Well, what's funny is that when I see Mach without the thing at the end, I don't want to pronounce it. It's just when I see the O at the end, I want to say macho. It's just when I see letters after it, I don't know why. That's what just makes my brain incapable of doing things correctly.
I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromachos is. But pardon me, ma'am.
Well, well, look at you. We get a lot of 80s fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s.
A little tough, but I mean, you're not wrong. But hey, I'm just cowboy. That's how we do it. Also, I love everyone's look so much in this.
What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
I feel like that's not quite Sam's
I
strength.
never drink Red Bull.
Yeah, that's what I figured, Sam.
I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Sam Walls, begging your pardon.
Sam Walt, wait, pardon me.
Sam Walls, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
No, that's hot branding, because you called yourself a name, and we don't do that around these here parks. We talk about ourselves real kind like.
From where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
I clicked it and then blood squirted out. Like I clicked the wrong thing. But that's the right thing that happened, right? I literally did what I was supposed to do. Then why did blood go on the screen? Like I clicked the wrong thing.
Don't you go worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are.
Did I do it right then?
Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze.
Nah, you see my red eyes? I'm a vampire, so, you know.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some goths, honey. They're here to dance and have fun.
I love that. We're like, oh yeah, we met the vampire. She's like, oh no, honey. That's just the locals. That's just that's just the locals. They're not vampires. That's just the gods. Oh, I am Sam. I really am Sam.
So all these people are mortals?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience.
I bet he's real sexy too, isn't he? I bet he is.
He's the only real vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
Is Bert your door guy? Because he definitely did not seem mortal.
Bert?
You met him already. Bert, shuffle on over here.
He has to be the door guy. Yeah, see, he's got red eyes. So he looks like a gargoyle came to life. He's definitely.
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
I love
Have
Bert.
fun, mate.
I love Bert. Is that the only thing he knows how to actually say, though?
Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
I do. I do hope I am. Say thanks. Man, I'm not good at this people talking stuff. It's easier if they're just vampires. Ew. Thanks.
Howdy. It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
All my V-mails.
Yes, I know who you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our kin.
He has a very deep voice.
The question is, are you first able to help yourself?
Oh, I can help myself? Sure, I can help myself. How can I help others if I can't help myself?
I've been fixing myself for more than a century now. I don't think I need help.
Well, everybody, you've never arrived, Sam. You can always have improvement. So I don't know if that was quite the right thing to say.
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson.
Yeah, you've never quite arrived.
We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
You are very handsome. I thought you might have been the guy from the cover. You are.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless.
This is a true statement. He reminds me of Carjo, who's named after Armand.
Please, sit down.
My cat Carjo, that we talked for in a voice
What
very
an
much like
absolute
that.
pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
That's a little sad, but also like, aw, Sam's such a good lad.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
Yeah.
I have unlimited time, Samuel. I am pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
Oh, yeah, them. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better.
He's just such a down-home dude. I love Sam. He's just a real down-to-earth kind of fella. Like, it really is something peaceful about just walking in nature and thinking. I don't know. I love Sam.
After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I can try, though.
You can try, though. I believe in you, Sam.
See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something.
It's called hangry. We get real hangry, and when a vampire gets hangry, that's a little worse than when the people get hangry.
And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Yeah.
Cognitive whoozy what now?
Who's he? What now?
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
Yeah, let's go with High Noon Mind first.
Well, I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do-or-die absolutes. High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in mortal combat long before the age of gunpowder.
Oh, that's right. He's 3,000 years old. I forgot about that. I was like, how old is he? I remember that from the descriptions. He's been around a very long time.
But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marcus Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marcus was a bedroom name.
Oh, okay. I see you there.
You mean you and the emperor were...
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
Oh, I love that. Aw, we broke Sam again.
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let
I
us discuss
forgot
this
you were
high noon
American.
mind.
It's true, though. Americans do be weird about stuff like that. Europe is, even modern age, Europe is just so much more open to talk about sexuality and stuff like that and relationships than America is. Oh.
I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu thinking?
Nosferatu thinking. I love love Sam so much.
It means you are thinking in black and white.
Hey, that's what I was saying. The black and white thinking.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful. Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
Okay, so they're right. Okay, so the way I was thinking about it, oh, now it says Nosferatu thinking down here instead. Wait, did we just change the name of it? I'm confused. So these things black and white. Oh, they changed the name. Man, I just was learning what you called it, and now we're gonna have a new name for it. Oh my goodness, wait. We have entries. Ain't nothing more to read. Hold on, we got it. This started in March this year. This from this year in March. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have a short interruption in our learning about different thinking. But yeah, now we just went from one nickname to another nickname, so I'm gonna be even more confused. Okay, sip of the drink. Alright, let's look at this. Okay, so March 14th of this year. It's been about a week since I boarded the Monster of the Seas cruise ship. Oh, wait, hold on. This is Sam. It's been about a week since I boarded the Monster of the Seas cruise ship. Now, I gotta say, I feel finer than frog hair. People here are eating and screwing like there's no tomorrow on account of the fact that we're in the middle of the ocean. I've drank for more necks in the last week than I can count. And since the ship's open all night, I rode a water slide for the first time in my life. People were laughing at me for saying, "Yee-haw!" But what else do you say to an experience like that? March 22nd, 2014. Landed in Rotterdam the other day, and Amsterdam now, arranging transportation for my coffin. Did some vampire sightseeing. Apparently this place has been accepting of heathens like us for a long time. Went to a vampire coffee shop. They funnel in the stoners from upstairs to a secret club, and everyone has themselves a grand old time. Gave me the munchies something fierce. I could go for some blood chips, extra sodium if you please. April 9th, 2024. I don't know where that came from. Writing from Berlin today. I head to Leipzig tomorrow night, but figured I should check things out here. They got a club here where people are all night. It's kind of up all night doing all kinds of kinky stuff. I'm pushing a quarter of a millennium in years, but these folks give me some lessons. They did. Met some fine folk too. Apparently they got a nice art scene here. There's even local funding for video game development. Ain't this some kind of world? I can't believe people are still playing Star Invaders and whatnot. I like it here. I don't even have to speak German. I love it. Okay, alright, so we're just renaming now the things that we have just learned in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking.
Okay, I will try.
I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it.
Okay, I will probably need that because I don't process things quickly.
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
Am I supposed to tell it now? That sounds more like saloon think. Well, no. Yes? Yeah?
Is that Nosferatu thinking?
It shook the screen, which makes you say no, but that was, I guess, more saloon thinking?
No, Samuel. In this case, I am not arguing with reality. If we do not drink blood, we die. This is a fact of being a vampire.
Okay, I thought you meant like the next 5 minutes. Okay, I was being too literal. Like, I get in theory, yeah, if you don't drink blood, you'll die. I just thought you meant like this exact second, and you're like, oh my god, if I don't drink right now, I'm gonna die. Like when someone's like, oh my god, I'm so hungry, I could die. You're not actively dying from hunger. Like, okay, I was reading into that. So sorry.
Let us continue.
Let us continue.
Death eventually comes for us all. Mortals will always fear our kind.
That might be it.
Did you miss my Nosferatu thinking? Let me start over.
Okay.
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
Okay.
Death eventually comes for us all.
I mean, that's
Mortals
true.
will always fear our
I
kind.
guess this one because they're saying always, and you're not leaving any room for otherwise. So I'm gonna say it's that one.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
I'm assuming the blood squoosh is a good sign now. I thought it was a bad sign, but I mean, we are vampires. I guess blood squooshing is good.
Very good, Samuel.
It's like throwing
And even
candy
if
at the
you
screen.
haven't, to say mortals will always fear us ends any hope that they might not.
I'm catching on. I'm catching on. This game is going to be difficult. As someone who needs a lot of therapy, being the therapist, I don't think I'm going to be great at it. I'm going to try.
Always is such a terminal word, is it not?
It's true. You shouldn't talk in absolutes because there's almost always an exception to the rule. If you say always or never, like very rarely are those words true. There's typically an exemption to the rule somewhere.
Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
Yeah. Saloon thinking.
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time. It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless. It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush.
True, you have plenty of time saying.
What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy. Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
See, that one's going to be difficult for me because I'm going to see the two opposites as the black and white thinking, like either one or the other, the control fallacy. My brain is going to have a really hard time telling the difference between the two of those, I think.
Yeah, you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang, and maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be. Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
That's a control fallacy right there.
You're testing me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there.
Yeah.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful, but the cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos.
How did you pronounce that? You said that completely different than the rest of us.
Of course, as you expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative. Listen to my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one.
Okay.
The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
That might... Well, you said there's little... Not there's nothing I can do about it. Am I being pedantic?
My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
No! That's definitely a sadness. Hold on.
I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again. I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again.
Why'd you say it twice?
You didn't catch my control fallacy. Let's try once more.
Yeah, I wanted to hear all
The
of them.
sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
I mean, you said little, not nothing. But I'm still gonna pick that one.
Well, that sounds like one of them control fallacies. With all eternity, heck, I think you could do something to save the sun.
I mean, that is my logic.
I applaud your optimism and ambition, Samuel, but some things we must be prepared to accept, and the death of the sun is one of them.
We just have to accept the death of the sun.
My kitty
Okay.
cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
Okay, we'll pick this one.
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but you can always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted. But I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified.
Oh.
I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
Aw, now I want to hug one of my key cats.
Oh, dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
Yeah, we got Hot Brandon.
See, I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard. Once I got away, I realized how small-minded that was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
Very astute, Samuel. I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling. You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill.
That's interesting.
For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin. But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had. See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements.
To me, this one was much more obvious, so it's easier for me to logic out. He says as he goes into the task, possibly to fail.
I am so old, I am ancient.
That's just a fact.
Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner.
No, it doesn't label yourself anything.
How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
There you go, that's it.
Well, that's about as clear a labeling as it gets.
Yep.
Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
Excellent, Samuel. You are correct. Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before.
Nah, Sam Walls is amazing.
Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
Not right now.
I think that's all of them. Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
Oh, come on, you're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
You called yourself a dope, that's labeling.
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
Labeling.
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh?
Yeah, don't talk about yourself like that, Sam.
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves. As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges. One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
I mean, that's true? I don't understand what it means, but no, you cannot drink blood from a scarecrow.
I ain't never heard that one before, but I like it.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied.
Oh no, it didn't at all. I got so distracted on trying to understand it, but I appreciate the gesture.
I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking.
Labeling, clear as day. Control fallacies and the Nosferatu thinking, no. It's hit or miss on whether or not I'm going to get those right.
I will give you a series of statements, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify. I will begin.
Okay, I feel like I'm back in college
If
again.
I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
I'm guessing Nosferatu thinking because it doesn't sound like a control fallacy, and it's definitely not labeling. I'm just gonna guess Nosferatu thinking.
Well, that ain't right. He's acting powerless, like a man clinging to the whiskey bottle.
Well,
What Andromaco say that distortion was?
control fallacy, but I didn't see him saying that. It was just, I didn't see it being a control issue.
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they
Control
turn into bats at
fallacy,
the end of
then.
the night.
That there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests, or some newspaper.
Or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained. Very good, Samuel. Let me try another. I am Andromachus, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean, the mortal's bane.
Well, that's like 5 instances of labeling.
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then. If my club's revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
See, to me, that one sounds like control fallacy because it sounds like you don't have any control of the situation. But I think it's supposed to be this one because it's a...
That there's got to be Nosferatu thinking. There's a
I'm
huge
never-
space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Yeah, but that also sounds like a control fallacy because he sounds like he doesn't have any control over his own living situation. To me, they're like overlapping so much. Ugh.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anymore.
Yeah, that must be nice. I wouldn't know what that's like.
Samuel, now I am not only intrigued,
Hey, I learned
but
about
also
cognitive distortions.
I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
Anything. I'm here to learn.
You must receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
Fine.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world.
We really
You
do.
have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
I have. I didn't even notice.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them. You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you.
I feel like that's a weird dynamic for you to be my therapist and teaching me therapy, but sure, I don't know who else I'd go to, so okay. I'm sure this doesn't break any HIPAA laws. We're vampires, it doesn't matter.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this old cowpoke.
You just labeled yourself, Sam.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance, drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got those 2 goths that we found earlier that we thought were vampires, and they were really into you. So, midnight snack?
Okay, then. Well, sir, it's been an honor.
You don't have to call me sir, you know.
All right, then, Andromachos.
Wait, why is it spelled differently this time?
Andromachos.
Because he's mispronounced. Adramahos? So he pronounced it like there's no K or C. He pronounced it like it's an H. Andromachos? Like that?
Andromachus.
I feel you so hard, Sam. I feel you so hard.
Just call me Andy.
Andy, I can do that.
All right, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yeah, I can pronounce that one right there. Thank you. Appreciate you. Whew. Makes it so much easier. Hee-hoo. Hee-hoo.
Dang, look at all them mortals, sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty, but there ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on the dance floor.
What were you saying? Sorry, I was just enjoying the music. What?
Maybe I'll see if the bartender's got anything for me.
She said earlier that she would bring you some blood.
If it isn't Clint Eastwood again. How'd it go, cowboy?
Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I'd better get used to things around here.
Good to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work. Seems you vampires have a lot of problems to fix. Name's Crimson, by the way.
Crimson.
Fine meeting you, Crimson. How do you know so much about what Andy's doing?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
Does that mean y'all like in a relationship, or like he snacks on you, or what does that mean?
No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire?
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar, found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked in a hot tub.
Hey, that's a really good way to meet a vampire, I've just gotta say.
Dang, must have been a sight.
You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain.
Yeah, I would be pretty surprised, and I am very envious of your position.
We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula.
Yeah, you date that gorgeous Dracula.
But what are you doing talking to me, cowboy? The blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
Yeah, go get you a snack.
Ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
Yeah, it's not a line dance, so not what he knows how to do.
Reinhard, look, it's the sexy old guy again.
Again, snacks. They would be great snacks.
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, you'll definitely get lucky.
Oh my god, I love him so much.
Pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
Oh.
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with us yet. Buy us a drink and you will discover great satisfaction by uns.
Yeah, and they have blood, so Sam, you should go for it. Oh, wait, tell them they're not your type, tell them alcohol's bad for them, tell them you don't have the money, tell them they can support themselves? Are they not an option to play with? I know that mostly I play dating games, dear God. But, like, I felt like the game was kind of setting me up a little bit for that. And I know that's not what this game is about, but they definitely felt like that's a direction that this was kind of going. I don't want to say they're not my type. I don't want to say that Sam definitely would not tell someone alcohol is bad for them. He literally probably drinks. Oh yes, sad Titanic fleet for not being able to date the goths. I'm so sad. You're very much my type and style. I'm all about this style. Like, I would look like this if I could. I don't want to be like, oh, well, I'm broke, and try to expect, because then I don't want to make them feel like, you know, I'm just telling them they can support themselves. I don't know what I'm saying. Of all these, he seems like the least offensive. I don't know.
I ain't buying you a drink. I think I'd be insulting your economic status.
That's not how I thought that was gonna go, but okay.
Mein Lieber, don't worry about us. We just like to feel special. We have lucrative jobs in IT.
We have lucrative jobs. You a broke bitch. I know, right? Oh my goodness. They have lucrative jobs in IT. I really love these people.
Oh yeah? Well, maybe you can help me. See, my printer died again. Getting real tired of these things.
Oh, bless him. Sam. You're such a dad.
Oh, please, we are here to party.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about your printer, Sam.
But get a laser printer.
Really? I have an inkjet and it works fine. Is laser better?
Well, thanks for the tip. That ink seems to be more valuable than blood.
Oh man. Tell them. Why do I have to continue down this line? Of course the vampires work in IT, of course. It's like, why did I just lose his name? Is it Richard? Richard in the IT crowd? Or the IT crowd? You just work downstairs and you never have to see the light of day. Richmond! Thank you! I remember it was Rich something. Richmond. Like Richmond. Okay. I don't want to have to say these things to them. I'm gonna tell them that I feel like it's so stupid to tell them that alcohol is bad for them. Maybe they're wanting me to say they're not my type. Maybe this will let them down easy. The best thing to do is tell them alcohol is bad, but Sam's literally there to drink, probably. Okay, I'll just say, we're at a bar. You know what, fine. Alcohol's bad for you.
I ain't buying you a drink. This stuff's terrible for you.
Why are you at a bar, man?
Are you making a joke? We are at a bar.
Yeah, are you making with the joke? What is this?
It's okay. He's just trying to be protective. Aren't you, Opa?
Don't call me that.
You know, I think the drinks here ain't strong enough for you two.
Why do I have to keep insulting them?
I ain't buying you a drink. You ain't exactly my type.
Oh, that just sounds so mean.
Oh, we don't want to marry you. We just want to have fun with you.
Are we broke? I guess we are broke. Aw.
You kids are too much.
Aw, man, it did come down to the money.
I ain't buying you a drink. All I got are good old-fashioned dollars.
I like American money. All we have on our money are buildings. You have all the sexy old men.
She really has this thing for older guys. I do not thank George Washington on the dollars. That is like, I don't. We've got like Hamilton. I don't think the guys in our money are sexy. Have you seen our money actually though?
All right, I'll buy it. Which of them old men are sexy?
Yeah, which one? Which one of the dead presidents?
I like Hamilton. His posture is just so powerful.
You just like him because of the musical? I'll tell you that's different Hamilton.
There is a dollar coin that has Eisenhower's face on it.
Yes, there is.
Oh, you are right. Eisenhower is, how do you Americans say, a snack?
Who said Ben Franklin could get it? He could get it back in the day, okay? He's literally known as, like, the grandfather of cunnilingus, okay? Like, that man could and did get it. Hold on, I have to just, for reference, now I know roughly what Eisenhower looks like. I need to see why Eisenhower. No. He's not a snack. I don't mean to kink shame, or whatever this is. Oh, I found a really creepy picture of him grinning, and he looked really scary for a second. No. I'm just gonna say no, Reinhardt. Y'all have interesting tastes in men. Also, Sam does not look nearly that old. I just gotta say.
I get it. You like older men.
Yeah, I get it. Y'all like older men. Sam's older, but Sam only looks like he's in like his 40s. Maybe early 50s. He's got a little bit of the lighter colored hair, but he's got most of his that reddish brown hair. Doesn't look that old.
Well, these kids just ain't gonna leave me alone.
Oh, I guess after we exhaust all the options, Benjamin Franklin loved older women and wrote about it frequently. Oh yeah, he wrote a lot of stuff. He wrote some naughty stuff. Sure. Now, since I can't insult you in any other ways, I will buy you a drink.
Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder.
Oh, okay.
They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
Are they? Is that why he says he's constantly losing business? Like, because, or like not losing business, but like losing money because you don't charge for your drinks?
Dang, really? I ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
Yeah, me either.
Call it a drink exchange.
Ah, drinks for drinks. I got you.
Huh. So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Only as long as there's consent. We like to create a safe environment here.
Okay, fair enough. Well, they know that they could be a snack, so we give them drinks and
Why
snack.
don't you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the kink room?
I mean,
Wait, kink room?
I'm down for that, but I think you're about to break Sam's mind.
Mm-hmm. You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We are not afraid of sex here.
She just literally told them, like, back off, Kendra, then immediately turned around and was like, hey, you want to take them to our BDSM dungeon? Like, that was like the one, that 180 of all. Okay, kids, hey, you want to take them with you?
I'm from Missouri, but, point taken.
Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you.
I mean, I wouldn't tell you that.
Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers.
Yeah, that means I like blood.
Ach so, ein Vampir. I'm thinking we are all getting lucky then.
He knows
My
what's up.
neck throbs with anticipation.
Dang. Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson.
Sam's like, oh, I'm suddenly fine with this.
I knew a man who wore this much leather couldn't be boring.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't exactly the kinky kind, but he does like that leather. And I like this room. I would literally live in this room. I love the vibe.
Yeah, well, you got me pegged.
No, don't say that. Don't. That's gonna mean something else, Sam.
Is that what we are doing now? Give me the document and I will sign myself up for it.
That's what I was saying. You might want to watch the words you're using. You don't know what that means.
Well, I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into biting.
Oh, your teeth look perfect. Are you going to bite me, Vitzos?
Well?
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Well?
Oh, me.
Reinhardt is so thirsty.
Well, step right on up.
Reinhardt's so thirsty. Oh, wait, what? Bite the veins. Wait a minute, okay. What, do I click? Okay, veins are blue. If you bite red, that's an artery and he's going to die. Should I bite, like, over here? How wide are my teeth gonna be? Can I risk accidentally killing somebody? This game is really turning, or do I want to bite over here? I'm gonna bite further back on his neck.
My neck is over here, mein Liebling.
Did I time it out?
Yeah, I know. I was just distracted.
I think I timed it out because I didn't click fast enough. Okay.
Du Dummkopf, du hast
It doesn't
mir
like
in die
that.
Arterie gebissen.
I think I
Well,
messed it up.
quit moving.
You know what? Whatever. Just right in the middle. If he dies, he dies.
Oh, das hat sich gut angefühlt.
Evidently, it didn't kill him. And you didn't have to bite on the actual veins. I bit on an artery, but he's not dead. Maybe vampires have, like, you know, like vampire bat saliva, where it has the. Well, actually, no. The agent in their blood doesn't clot it, does it? It does the opposite. Maybe we have a clotting component in our saliva, so after we bite, it just kind of patches it up so they don't bleed out on the floor. I don't want to kill him.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I hope that's a good
Is
thing.
it my turn yet?
Yeah, I guess.
Sure thing. Come on over.
Okay. Your collar is kind of in the way. We're just gonna go, like, right there.
Dang it, that collar's in the way.
Yeah, the collar's in the way.
Or the challenge makes it more fun.
Then, where am I? Here? I do not know what... Oh! This entire time, I was completely misunderstanding the assignment. I thought it would just go wherever I clicked, because I'm an idiot. It's swinging back and forth. I have to click when it's lined up. I'm so stupid. Okay.
Dang it, that collar's...
Or the
I did.
challenge makes it more fun.
Yeah, I know what's happening now. There
Oh,
we go.
shucks, I missed. It's a little dark in here.
Do you need me to guide you, Honigmörchen?
No, I got it that time. Didn't I?
Oh, Reinhardt, the hot old vampire wore me out.
I guess I got it that time. I don't know where I bit him because I was not paying attention to the teeth moving back and forth. I was too busy calculating if I should bite on blue or red. Oh my god, this game is going to be the death of me. Okay. Yeah.
Me too, Maxi. I feel as though I have set up a mail server.
Well, that's not usually a good feeling as someone who works with computers. That's usually a frustrating feeling.
Reinhardt, mein Sucke Fledermaus. Ich bin so müde, sexy zu sein.
Yep, I definitely understand that. I only understand about half of it.
I will get us a taxi cab, Liebchen. Und du, cowboy? Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned earlier.
The thing I mentioned. Oh, the pecking.
Oh, yeah, sure thing, fella. You can help me with my new laser printer.
That's I don't think that's what he meant.
Now that I've had something to drink,
What
I
was
should
it?
probably get to my coffin.
Okay. Yeah.
Samuel, wait a moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out?
I guess I was going to.
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye. I locked up my coffin over at the storage center.
Storage center. Please, you can use my guest coffin. I insist. You must be well rested for the challenges ahead.
I mean, that makes sense.
Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
Hey.
Well, dang. This is mighty plush. Guess it's one of them smart coffins.
It has a TV in it.
Let's see what's on TV.
TV.
Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation.
There's rats coming out of the box.
Not sure I should stay up watching movies, though.
But I want to. No, don't kill the rats.
Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all this.
Well, we'll find out. There's lights and everything in it. That is a fancy coffin.
Samuel,
There's
good
journaling
evening.
going on.
I hope
Checkpoint
you slept
saved.
well.
Yeah, I want to look at my book first. Hold on. I've heard like multiple instances of sounds. What? Hold on. Okay, client notes. I still don't have any. My journal. Okay. Some of the things, the pages changed. Okay, so I think this is the one from yesterday. Alright. Phew, what a day. I made it to Andy's club in Leipzig? I guess that's how, I think it's Leipzig. Folks are real nice here. Couple of goths real friendly. They've got a darn tootin' bartender, and even a friendly greeter. He don't talk too much, but I can tell he's an introspective sort. Now Andy, that's one hell of a vampire. He's just got this presence. You can tell he's 3,000, that is freaky as heck, but he makes you feel at home. But naked. What? I don't know how else to describe it. Oh, and went to a kink room. Yeah, Sam Wells, kink room. My big brother would have gotten a kick out of that one. Ain't gotta write about it here. I should get some sleep with this fancy coffin Andy lent me anyway. Okay, nothing more to read. Good evening. Hope you. Yeah.
Like the dead, as they say.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I've already sent them on their way.
Aw, was it the goth kids from last night?
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night. Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
I am not surprised. Perhaps I should be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
Well, gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
Okay, so we do our therapy with him, and then we learn things, and then we apply that to our clients?
If you like.
Yes.
Why not? I'm eager to get going. Let loose, Doc.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks then. What brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important to you?
That's a good question. Also, if this game doesn't have a single instance of, and how did that make you feel? I will riot. It's just such a meme thing to say at this point. It's like IT people saying, did you try unplugging it back in?
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like. Being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time. It ain't no way to live. When I see vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
And why is that up to you?
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. Preying on the weak, dating mortal high schoolers. I've got to make them see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know
Did he just say the dating mortal high schoolers as a reference to Twilight? Is that what that is? 'Cause I can't think of many other main stories where that's like a trope.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
You got a funny look in your eye. Am I doing one of them distortion things?
You are most perceptive. Yes. Perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Is that a control fallacy where he thinks he has the ability to do that?
Well, I guess that's a control fallacy, right? I can't assume I'll be able to help other vampires the way I was helped.
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something. Your fate is not to transform every vampire you ever meet, even those who are your clients. You will do what you can do, and that is enough. But I am eager to learn how you developed this desire to help our kin find a different way of thinking.
Well, like I told you when I first V-mailed you, I was a real nasty son of a bitch when I first became a vampire. When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was, I ain't nothing but embarrassed. It all seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill? It's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no-account piece of shit, nasty son of a bitch. dumbest thing. Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
Yeah, you're being so mean talking about
With
yourself.
respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children. Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
Pretend you are my therapist. If I sat
He's
here
glowing.
and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
He's glowing. Does he glow when that means he detects one of these things are going on? But that would be labeling.
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I
Get
guess
5
I'd tell you
distortions
to look
correct
at
in a
yourself
row.
little more
Hey, I'm the
kindly.
confident cowboy.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Samuel. How are you to move on from being a nasty son of a bitch if you are labeling yourself? If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start with compassion for them and for yourself.
Oh,
So,
it's true.
now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please tell me, how did you find your sense of purpose?
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending, and the Pinkertons were starting to get the better of my gang. I went into hiding and found a strange group of folks out in the country. They knew I was an outlaw right away, but they didn't judge me for it.
Well, I do think it's funny. To me, he doesn't look like an outlaw, and I think it might be the stereotypical way we usually present outlaws in our westerns, in like dressing in all black or having a black bandana tied around their face or the black cowboy hat. He dresses just like just like a rancher would, with like the blues and the browns. He's not dressed like the bad guys in old western films. Now, I don't know if that's on purpose, a character design, because he is western and country from, like, 200 years ago, but also him trying to show himself as, I'm not the bad guy anymore, and I've turned my life around, so I'm dressing like the sheriff would dress. Because honestly, if you put a gold badge on him, he looks just like the sheriff from like the Clint Eastwood movies. He looks more like him. He looks more like Clint Eastwood. But I don't know if that's a on-purpose design choice that he doesn't look like one of the no good for nothing cowboys. But I just a random thing I was noting.
They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me.
Kitten! Thank you for the kitten.
They taught me how to appreciate the beauty of the night, and I started seeing things I'd never noticed before. They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them. I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
These must have been the 19th century American transcendentalists, yes?
Yes, sir. I'm glad I died when I did, because their like just don't exist no more. Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There
All
ain't nothing
victims
like
to the
having a walk
music
and a
of the
think.
night. It's Phantom of the Opera time,
I
bitches.
walked in nature for about 90 years and just took in all the grace and beauty of my country.
No wonder you came to have all these thoughts in your head. You literally just roamed in the woods for 90 years straight. You had a lot of time to think to yourself.
I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the Transcendentalists helped me.
No, you were learning things about yourself. You weren't being selfish. You literally have all of eternity to learn about yourself, Sam. You were growing and becoming a better person.
Why?
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me. I could have done a lot of good in that time.
But what if you didn't realize all the things you know now at that time? You learned a lot while you were in those 90 years. You turned out a different person. You've grown. You came up with these things. Did you know these at the beginning of your 90 years? You probably didn't.
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator.
You were thriving, staying in your lane and hydrating. Yes, you were, Sam. You see how he is now? Very demure.
Truth statements are another cognitive distortion, something created by your own mind. Nature asks almost nothing of you.
Aw, man, don't call me out with the should statements. Ugh. Oof. A big oof.
Even if your should comes from a place of good, it creates undue pressure.
Our bar is almost full down here. Are we only gonna have 4, or are they gonna wiggle in one more?
And what do we do once we are pressured?
Why is my
we
phone just
resent
blowing
the
up?
shoulds. We procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
Yes, you do. We have lots of time.
You got that right. Why do today what you could do next century?
Exactly. Should statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling?
Hold on, though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
Of course, there are things we must do, but nature herself tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise.
This is also easy to say when have unlimited wealth and time. When you're a human, it's a little different. Your shoulds, I feel like your shoulds are a lot more prominent. Like the things, even if you don't want to do it and you don't feel fulfilling, like a lot of people are not happy in their jobs, but they have to still do it because you have to pay your bills. So a lot of people are just working jobs that make them miserable and it's not fulfilling, but you have to pay your bills and you don't really have an alternate. But if you're independently wealthy and have all the time in the world because you're an immortal vampire, hell yeah, just do whatever. You can take all the time you want.
Listen closely. See whether you can find the should statement that is a distortion.
Okay, I'll try, but I make no promises.
I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
Now that sounds like a true statement.
I should drink blood today.
Yeah, you probably should. You're probably hungry.
I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
You should.
I should be wary of sexually transmitted diseases.
Oh, you should be... I mean, you should be careful. Wait, can you get those? I mean, in general, yes, but can you... get those as a vampire? I don't know if this is your weird should statement, because I honestly don't know if you can get those because you're a vampire.
Did you miss my should statement?
I did. All three had should statements, and I don't know which one was the incorrect one.
I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
Is it this one? I don't know if you have vampire dentist. I don't think your fangs can go bad. I'm gonna say this one.
That's the one. No one should go to a dentist. Goddamn butchers.
No, you should go to the dentist. All of them sounded good. All of them sounded true. I was trying to guess maybe that one wasn't, because maybe your teeth don't rot because you're immortal.
That is not true. We have to go to the dentist. Our teeth are important to us.
Okay, fine.
How long has it been since you've seen the dentist, Samuel?
I don't want to talk about
No, not since the Civil War, and I'd rather keep it that way.
it. No wonder he thinks they're bad.
We'll talk about that in another session. Let's try again.
Canon. Shannon has halitosis, something terrible.
I should drink blood today.
Yes? But you should. I'm gonna guess every single one.
Well, I guess if you don't want to drink blood, you don't have to.
Yeah?
But I'll die if I don't. Permanently.
That's why I was saying you should.
So I guess you should drink blood.
Okay.
Try again. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
You should! Crimson would love to go on a date, and you're partners. You gonna guess this?
Saying you should take Crimson out on a date is a should statement. You've turned something you want to do into something you have to do.
That is something you have to do when you're in a relationship. That's literally how... That should be just as necessary as drinking blood. You have to date the person you're in a relationship with. You don't just leave them like that's part of it. That's part of being in a relationship. This makes no sense to me. Someone make it make sense. I don't understand this one. What? That is something you have to do if you want to maintain the relationship.
That's right, Samuel. You know, I couldn't be more pleased with you. Your time in nature was
It's still
clearly well
toxic
spent.
thinking. No, it's not! How is that toxic thinking? I don't see how that's a toxic thinking. Because it is something you have to do. Because especially if you put it off, then she's gonna think you don't like her. And especially you're immortal. And if you're gonna put that off for like a year or something, that might be nothing to you. But that's a really long time for her because her clock is ticking. Okay, she gonna die someday. She's immortal. And you're gonna live for forever. It may not be important to you, but it's important to her. So bitch, get your priorities straight. I disagree with you. You're wrong. You're wrong, Andy. That's not the correct answer. No.
Well, thanks, I suppose. But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
You better be treating her right. You better take her on all the dates, mister.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself.
No, I don't feel... Well, I don't need to hear about how good you are, okay? Alright? You're very handsome, you're very charming, I'm sure you're great. But still, I'm just saying. Just saying.
I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
You just gonna share her like that? Or is this kind of like an open relationship type of thing where it's okay?
Hold on. I've only been in Europe for a couple of days. I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
Yeah. Also, I mean, aren't you her type? Y'all don't really look that much alike, other than the fact that you're men, and you have facial hair.
She does what she wishes, and that is why I chose her as my blood partner.
Oh, that's actually really cute and charming. Okay, I'm here for that.
Samuel, even if it beats no longer, you have a good heart. I think you will be an excellent therapist.
Aww, that's so sweet. I'm gonna screenshot that. It's cute.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much, but I'm willing to give it my best shot.
Hey, don't talk about yourself negatively like that, sir. Okay? You have amounted to a lot. Look at all this progress you've made on yourself, okay? No, 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 no. No, no, no. I'm gonna make a screenshot of this so I can tell you no, 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 and tweet it at you. And tell you, because I have to make a comment on it. Then no, 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 no. You're doing great.
You are uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel? Every time I say something positive, you find a way to negate it.
He do. He's not good at accepting praise. He still views himself too negatively because of the stuff from his past.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first 50 years killing. I spent the next 90 walking in the woods.
But did you kill anyone while you're in the woods? No. And 90 is almost twice the time of 50. That's a long time. I'm just saying.
I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either.
I mean, valid point. They're all just people.
I understand your discomfort, Samuel. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase. But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
Well, I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion, one that mortal psychologists call disqualifying the positive.
Now we've got 5 things I have to keep track of.
I understand that the actions of your past are difficult to bear, but what we are here to do is accept reality, with both its positive and negative aspects.
I think you're overloading my brain,
I
but
am
I'm
not
trying.
saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive ones.
Okay.
Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds.
I will try, but my brain, I feel, is full.
I am Andromachos, one of the most powerful vampires alive.
And so far, that you haven't said anything negative, so okay, sure.
Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things.
Okay, I mean, you're just stating a true fact.
I have defiled the innocent. I have killed countless people.
Okay.
The good I now do pales in
No.
comparison to the evil I have
No,
done.
that's the problem right there. That's when you start to get rid of the good stuff. No.
That's the one. You're literally disqualifying the positive by comparing it to the evil stuff you done.
Well done, Samuel. I believe the recognition
I
of
learned
this
5
distortion
cognitive
will
distortions.
serve you well when you start to see clients tomorrow.
Whoa, tomorrow?
I would say tomorrow.
I only just started learning these here cognitive distortion things.
I will, of course, be with you. You needn't worry. I can sense your instincts and will help you.
But tomorrow, I just don't feel ready yet.
My friend, we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples. Would that be helpful to you?
Sure. Sure. Me personally, I'm sure Andy's fine. It's all not Andy. I'm sure Sam is fine. Andy. It's me. The problem is me. I need help.
Yeah, I think I could use the help.
Very well, Samuel. Let's try some examples. I will give you a statement, and you find the cognitive distortion in it.
Okay.
I am far sexier than movie vampires. Therefore, I should be a movie star.
You literally say the word should. So is that a should statement? Or is that a control fallacy because you think you're could do that? I'm gonna say should statements because it literally has the word should in it.
Oh, yeah, that's an easy one. That's a should statement right there. Like, you're not insecure enough to be an actor anyway.
I don't understand that. You're not insecure enough to be an actor anyway? Actors don't seem insecure. What? I don't understand that statement, but we're gonna continue.
Excellent, Samuel. Would you like another exercise?
Yeah, go ahead.
If I cannot consume high-quality blood, I might as well drink blood from Florida.
What you got against Florida, man? See what I said there, Florida man. Nosferatu? It's gonna be one of the two of these, and again, I can't tell the difference. I don't know if it's control fallacy because you feel like you don't have any control. Because Florida is a cesspit. You're so mean to Florida. Nosferatu thinking? No, I'm gonna say control fallacy. Watch them say it's gonna be Nosferatu thinking.
In this statement, I am taking an extreme position, ignoring
Nosferatu.
any middle ground. What kind of distortion
It's
is
Nosferatu thinking.
Try
I'm
once
going to
more.
constantly get the two of these confused. Because to me, they're so
If I
overlapping.
cannot consume high
Yes,
That's
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu thinking, ain't it?
Yeah. Nosferatu thinking.
Correct, Samuel. That being said, I am sure there is still decent blood to drink in Florida, but I will bring a test kit anyway. Would you like another exercise?
Yeah.
I am an antediluvian old fart.
Well, no, you're not. That's
Well,
like...
that sounds like labeling to me. You ain't just an old fart. Are you actually older than the flood, though?
Do I look that old?
Oh, no, he's not that old. He's only 3,000 years old.
Oh, not at all. I was just...
I am joking, Samuel. Don't worry. The myth of the flood was at least 1,000 years before I was born.
Yeah, technically it was supposedly happened about 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, so it would have been well before his age.
Would you like another exercise?
Yeah,
With my terrifying powers, I know I shall never be destroyed.
that one's definitely a control fallacy because you think you can do whatever you want.
I think that's a control fallacy. Unless you know something I don't.
That's correct, Samuel. Though my powers are indeed phenomenal.
Though
the
they
universe
are
holds
indeed
mysteries and
phenomenal.
dangers I cannot fathom.
I just love he's like, I am indeed phenomenal. Yes, I'm very humble.
Would you like another exercise?
Yes, I'm gonna just keep going through all of them. I'm sure you have at least one
I
for
may
each.
hold vast knowledge, but acquiring it was inevitable thanks to my immortality.
What? No, it wasn't. Just because you live a long time doesn't mean you're going to be smart. I guess that's disqualifying the positive in a weird way, because you're like, oh yes, I know a lot, but you're like, no, it wasn't even that great. It just would have happened anyway. Why you do that to me, though? Why you be like that?
I know that one. That's disqualifying the positive for sure.
I knew you would catch that one. Would you like another exercise?
Yeah, one more, because I think... Oh wait, no, that's all of them. Didn't we do all of them? Okay, I think I'm good.
I think I'm good.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get the liter inside you. We have a big night tomorrow.
Liters of what?
How much is a liter?
Oh, come on. Oh, that's right, he's uneducated. I was gonna say, even from America, we use liters, but I remembered he didn't actually go to school.
Just get enough to drink, Samuel. We will not be able to work if you are hungry or tired.
Yeah, go get yourself a liter.
Now, please excuse me. I
is
do
so
have a date with
much.
Crimson tonight. I suspect I shall not return until nearly morning.
Good. Take her on a date.
Oh, yeah, of course. I hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
You as well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
I was about to say, well, you need to die, but I guess I am kind of dead already, so... You know, whatever. Yo.
Ah, Samuel. Glad to see you are awake. Your first
Thank you.
client is on his way.
Thank you. Is there a way I can access the settings from here to turn down that? Just a
What,
smidge
already?
and a smidge.
Look, Mr. Andy, sir, are you sure I'm ready for this?
Oh.
These are people's brains I'm messing with.
Hold on. We'll pick that up in just a second. Hold on. I just want to move down the effects just a smidgy, because every time that pencil goes, it gives me a tiny heart attack. Okay.
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift. All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
Shucks, wish I had your confidence.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are about to misinterpret a client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
Oh, is this how they canonically fix if you make the mistake?
You can see the future.
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years.
Oh, you're disqualifying the positive. I see us glowing, which means we're supposed to pick one of these.
Well, dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta be.
You barely require my aid as it is. If you need guidance, I will provide it to you telepathically.
Oh.
Don't think about it too much. When you are 3,000, such things will cease to impress you.
Don't think about it too much.
Let us look at your first client's case file.
Okay.
Dr. Drain, huh? You ain't got no first name?
Let's see. He's 430. At least twice my age. He's English. Dr. Drain is a class of 1614, graduate of the Royal College of Physicians. He has been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries. Became a vampire after a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment. Now runs a global pharmaceutical research company. Is now concerned that he has developed an addiction to a drug of his own formulation. Suggestion: detected strong irritability on the phone. Investigate Drain's drinking and sleeping habits. Okay, Carjo. He is Carjo. I said that at the beginning, but I think you missed it, Moose. I compared him to Carjo. He reminds me of the Carjo. Okay, so strong irritability on the phone. Investigate his drinking and sleeping habits. Well, he also thinks he's addicted to a drug he made. That's
Many
interesting.
vampires go by one name. Families and titles seem to become more abstract after
Our
a certain
Crunchy
age.
Man. Our Carjo is our little Crunchy Man. He's like 18-year-old cat.
Huh. So is it funny that he kept the title?
Indeed. You catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive. I will let you work now. I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
Oh, so you're just gonna go take a nappy nap and send me thoughts and prayers if something goes wrong.
But
Thanks.
Samuel, I know you can handle this. Be yourself, and all will be well.
Does it break HIPAA if you're listening in on a conversation from your nap chambers? Bye.
Satan bless it all, I hate flying!
You could have walked then.
Hey there.
Hi.
God's blood, what on earth are you?
An American.
My name's Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drain. And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you.
I'm sorry.
Oh well. I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff, aren't you?
No, actually, surprisingly, the US is very bad at mental health.
And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew thee.
How can I help you, Dr. Drain? You seem like a delightful sort.
Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Annie.
Are you alright, Samuel?
Oh, hi, ghost daddy in my head.
You gave me this fella as my first client?
Why not? He is clearly hiding very little about his state of mind.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, he says a lot, but I feel like he also may not be the best to open up about his actual feelings.
How am I supposed to help him when he already sees me as the bad guy?
Use your instincts, Samuel. Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours. What does this poor vampire want?
He wants reality check, he wants to leave, he wants to complain? I don't know. Maybe he does just want to complain?
I think he just wants to complain.
Perceptive, Samuel. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
Yeah, he's just constantly complaining about everything.
So, what? I just let him complain?
Of course. Just give him a starting point to let it all out. It will make him feel better.
Okay.
Well, if you say so.
Don't worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
Oh, he just freezes time, talks to me, he's like, hey, and then he's like, okay, as you
Well, are you just going to sit there?
Yes, I'm just gonna do this. And then that's when my ghost dad talks in my head.
I was just gonna ask how your trip here was. My trip? My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire and I had to fly 30 kilometers here as a bat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I hate being a bat and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me?
That must have been miserable for you.
Me, a creature that has lived for centuries, treated like common prey. I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform.
You did fly in here, I did see you.
All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away. Well, I suppose I'm alive, in a manner of speaking anyway. You all right there, pal? Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine. I take it you read my case file and know why I'm here?
Yes, I did. He's going through he has an addiction, yep.
You're here for an addiction problem. Yes. Embarrassing, isn't it? What's to be embarrassed about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother him. Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime.
I don't...
Hey, come on now. There's a part of us that's still mortal. Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead. So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks. Whatever one does to make addictions go away.
That's not how it works, Patty.
Tips? Let me think.
Suggest something tasty. Suggest a hug. Suggest there are no easy solutions. A milder addiction. Well, there is no easy solutions. That's just it. Addictions are complicated.
Partner, there ain't no tips that'll magically cure you. But I'm here to listen. You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner. Like partner, but not with a T.
I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah, partner.
And I know how you English love your tea.
Funny joke.
Thank goodness we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone.
I'm glad you like tea.
I appreciate the concern, though. I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction thing. But tell you what, let's not worry about being above or below anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do. What exactly are you addicted to? It's a form of plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design, a necessary component of my own scientific goals.
Okay.
You're losing me. Well, let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors receive. Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do.
Okay, I'm following.
I can extend this receptivity and thus achieve my true goal: synthetic blood, freedom from the hunger that plagues us, and hope for all humanity.
Okay, I see where you're going. I'm tracking.
Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to.
What do you mean by addicted, though? Like, do you have withdrawals? Because it sounds like you just need to regularly feed, which isn't an addiction. You're just hungry and need blood. So I'm confused about this.
Pathetic, isn't it? I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace. Pathetic? Doc, where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with a synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings. Maybe you've had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre. Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I'm in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem. Perhaps I must face facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
No, that's one of these. I can't click them, though. They're not doing anything.
Samuel, listen to him. Do you recognize his patterns of thought?
Yeah.
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
Yes.
I knew you would sense them. Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
I'll do my best. Now hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I've heard you talk a lot about failure, but it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure. I am a realist, that's all. Look at me. 400 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
I think he's disqualifying the positive?
I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling. I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue what you're talking about. So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set. Perhaps, but if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little. But you know something. Yes, I concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years. You still got more knowledge about blood than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo. Let's get back to what you were saying, though. I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
Okay. Oh, should. It literally said I should have. Should.
Well, who said you should have achieved more? Isn't it obvious? I should have something to show for 400 years of work. And what happens if you don't? Absolutely nothing at all. Well, that's my point. That is not as encouraging as you think it is. Ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality. Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
Okay, so that one is... I feel like this is going to be one of the either control fallacies or Nosferatu thinking. I'm going to say control fallacy because he feels like he has no control over them.
So it's all your fault that you haven't come up with the perfect synthetic blood. It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and the experience. Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds like what you're doing is pretty dang complicated. It sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself. Please, I am a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding. And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding? No, of course not. I'm not a wizard. So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc? That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance.
Okay. Is this disqualifying the positive again? Because he's overlooking the fact that he made the drug? I almost feel like this, it's not really labeling. I mean, he's kind of labeling. Because he's calling himself utter irrelevance. Well, he's just saying in my utter irrelevance. Ooh, I don't know if it's a disqualifying the positive or labeling. I gotta think about this one for a second. This one's confusing to me. I'm gonna go with... maybe it's labeling?
Now, why would you go and label yourself irrelevant?
There we go. The way they worded it, because he didn't call himself that, he just said my. He wasn't using an adjective, he was using noun. But anyway, okay, we got there. That's what matters, we got there.
What else do you call a man who has nothing to show after 400 years? I reckon I'd call him by his given name. Slapping a label on yourself don't do nothing but weigh you down. Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I am being a little dramatic.
Just a little bit drained.
Yes, I'm aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point. But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy.
I mean, I could do that if it makes you feel better. We have a kink room downstairs.
Ain't my department, but I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs.
Oh, Sam! Sam, you're wonderful. Oh, I'm so happy that that's what y'all said next. Oh, that's too funny.
Yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are. But as I say, I don't want all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug. Well, so what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it? I'm not certain. I don't remember what happens after I take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive.
Maybe it's just because it's like giving yourself a blood transfusion. Are you still eating and drinking normally? Because for all I know, you're not addicted, you just aren't drinking blood. And you're essentially giving yourself this, and it's like, oh, my body can survive now. I'm not 100% convinced that you're addicted. Honestly. I don't know. I need more details.
Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man. I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive. As if I'm someone else. Someone who lives.
Almost like you're curing your vampirism?
And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed.
That's all good things.
You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night? Oh, nothing of the sort. Oh well, I'm glad to hear that. You are assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself. Oh wait just a gosh darn minute. You're telling me you don't sleep?
He needs to sleep.
Yes, it's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do.
What's sad is that if I were immortal, this would probably be me, like, not really sleeping. I'd be like, I can't die, I might as well stay up. I'm thinking this man's is literally just not sleeping. He's not taking care of himself. I mean, look at him. He doesn't look like he's taking care of himself. What's his little sunken cheekbones? He doesn't look healthy, and he should look great. He's a vampire. Like, you can't die, buddy, but you're not looking well. You can't get sick. So what do? Wasting away? You need to take care of yourself, boo.
So you're not sleeping, and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere.
Yeah, if you don't sleep, you'll feel depressed. You have to sleep.
Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
No, that's not actually how it works. Is that a control fallacy? That's... yeah. Oh, no.
Depression is the only sensible reaction. He makes the goths downstairs seem almost joyous in their perspectives,
Oh,
doesn't he?
so this is Nosferatu thinking, because he said only?
Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around
Okay,
you,
since he
depression
said
is the
only,
only
it's
sensible
black and white
reaction.
thinking.
It has
So
nothing to do with
Nosferatu
sleep.
thinking.
Come on now, it's a big world out there, and different things are depressing to different people. Everyone reacts to things differently. Ain't it true that a sensible person, as you call him, might even be a different degree of depressed? Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole. Mild is putting it mildly, Buckaroo. Buckaroo? Now I'm even more depressed.
He doesn't like our hick language.
Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, on life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard.
A whiner, labeling.
Now why'd you say coming and talking to me makes you a whiner? Is that not what I currently am? Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label. Oh, very well, call it moaning or whinging if you prefer. Moaning, whinging, bellyaching, still all just labels. I don't believe I shall be using the term bellyaching in any case. But as I was saying, in the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like.
Are you labeling yourself again?
You honestly think feeling good makes you an ignoramus? The phrase ignorance is bliss is most apt, don't you think? But by calling yourself an ignoramus, you're making bliss something to be avoided. Yes, unfortunate how that works, isn't it? The only way to be happy is by being a fool.
No.
Partner, those are your labels. Try using something more positive and see how you feel. What, shall I say that by being ignorant, I am a noble genius? Still just labels. Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience. I don't know how to say this, amigo. You really don't like letting yourself be happy. Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need and it makes you feel good. What's the problem? First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of this plasma does have downsides. What kind of downsides? I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. But I also smell of blood and sex.
So you off going having a great time. That's what I'm hearing.
Once I even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful.
What? Are you off? Are you just getting like blackout drunk, my man?
I guess you must be having some kind of good time.
No, you're having the best time.
That is not my idea of a good time.
Well, it clearly is your idea of a good time.
I'm Dr. Drain. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster.
You say that with that face, though. You look angry.
I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood.
I mean, maybe you could do that sometimes. It sounds kind of fun.
It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things.
Yeah, do you ever just, like, chill out and, like... No, you don't.
Well, I should be better at it.
No, should.
You know, Doc, a wise old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you. You keep talking about the things you should be doing. You, compadre, are shoulding all over yourself.
You shouldn't all over yourself.
Oh, well, that is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults. I'm being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be doing that. But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts? I don't know. It shouldn't matter, should it? I've been dead for over 400 years. It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas.
Y'all got trauma, TM.
Heck, we're dead, man. That's traumatic no matter what. What we gotta start with is you. You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it. Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again. And be good to yourself, all right, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff. Yes, well, all the same, I'd rather not do it at all. Is that actually gonna happen, though?
Is that actually gonna happen, though? Sam is so real. Sam is so real for that. Also, like, just like, bruh, like, feed and sleep, my mans. You got to.
It might.
It might.
You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you? I was thinking about it.
Then do it. Just do it. See what happens. Go downstairs to the kink room. You will have so much fun.
All right, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking. I'll admit, you've given me some things to think about. Not pleasant ones, mind.
Well, we'll get there.
You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am. Yes, well, that is certainly true. Very well. I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect. I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks, then. Farewell, Sam.
Farewell, Dr. Drain.
Masterfully done, Samuel. I knew you would do well, but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
Completed our first client session.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter than a holster to a gunslinger's hip. It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling. But also rest. Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin.
Yeah.
Next week you shall see a new client. I think they will be an interesting challenge for you.
Okay.
I bid you good evening, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Night-night.
You too, Andy.
Night-night.
Well, I guess it's time I got me some grub.
Yep. Are we just going to bed again? Is that the end of the day? Oh, no, we're back down in the glove.
That's it, I guess. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this therapy stuff already.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Yep, what you said.
Sure could use a drink. I'll check in with Crimson.
I do love me some Euro Club music, I'm just gotta say.
Well, if
Aw,
it's
the
in
music.
Yosemite Sam, how you doing tonight, partner?
She got a new nickname for me every time we talk.
Better already, hearing from someone from the States who knows the lingo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not from any states, cowpoke. District of Columbia girl here.
What?
I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more, polished than I do.
That makes sense.
You should hear my German.
Maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. I had my first therapy session with a real client.
Oh, yeah? How do you think it went?
It was great.
I reckon it was a bullseye on my end. You should have seen me. Labeling, blam, disqualifying the positive, kapow.
All right then.
I'm glad to hear it. Someone has got to sort these vamps out. They know how to hold on to their problems.
You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in their ways.
Even before then, Sam.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter? I can't get that gorgeous man to see the light.
Let him have his typewriter. Maybe someday he'll get a computer, but probably... I don't think technology's gonna get with him very easily.
Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Anyone ever tell you you're wise beyond your years, Crimson? You must have had some life.
Afraid I'm exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
Do not answer that question, Sam. Don't fall for the trap. Don't fall for it.
I'm gonna do the gentlemanly thing and not hazard a guess.
You do not guess a lady's age or weight. Those are the two things I have been taught. You don't do either. If they ask, you do not fall into that trap. You don't guess. You do not guess.
You would have gotten it wrong anyway. I'm 50 years young.
No, you most certainly are not. I literally thought she was in her 30s.
50? I died around that age and I looked like shit.
Oh, that's what I said. I
But
thought
you
he was
ain't a
about
vampire.
40s or early 50s. So I got pretty good guessing his age.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner. He shares his blood with me too, just not enough to turn me into one of you.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I've been 30 for a good while now.
That's what I thought you looked 30. Okay.
But you ain't joining our team? Sounds like a story.
Not for tonight, buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night.
I am.
Andy told me to give this to you.
Oh yeah? What is it?
It looks like a blood potion.
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood. Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
Yeah, it's the diabetes.
Oh, it ain't so bad. I gotta ask though, what does Andy's blood taste like?
To me, it tastes like life itself, cowboy.
I ain't sure I understand.
I kind of get the gist.
Never you mind. Look, Tex, I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
Enjoy my juice. I will, thank you.
Oh, of course. I'm keen to get some rest anyway. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Going to drink my juicy juice, climb up in the deck, put my blanket up, and sip my juice. My blood juice. Wait, we're back here? Oh, is this the next day?
There he is, my incredible protege.
Hold on, I heard a scribbling, which means we have something else to read. Okay. Did I read this one? No. I have not read this one. So there's a 12th and a 9th. Oh, like a whole week has passed. Okay, gotcha. I read this one. So we gotta read this one. Learn some more therapy stuff today. Figure I've been doing a lot of this disqualifying the positive thing. Feel like I gotta be humble after the shit I pulled back when I was a bastard. But maybe that's just the shame talking. Andy says I'm ready to start seeing clients now that I got my head wrapped around this whole cognitive distortion thing. Can't believe it's happened so fast. Went for a nice walk exploring Leipzig. There's a music school here and the kids are always performing stuff. Tried asking for Oh Susanna, but kids today don't appreciate good music. Dang kids with their CD-ROM music. The wax cylinder was fire. April 19th. I met my first client today, and whoo boy, he did not like me much. Sounds as though he doesn't like anybody much though, and so I can't be too disappointed. Poor fella. I ain't never seen anyone so high-strung. Well, maybe Professor Pucifer Jones. 80 years later, and the memory of him still makes me laugh. That kid even hated John Muir, and I think all his animals loved him. She would hiss even when eating her food. It was the darndest thing. I picked up that this Dr. Drain is a real should statement kind of fella, but I think I can keep him out. If I can get him to take a nap, I think he'll be a lot less grumpy. True. I think he's hangry. I think he's hungry and sleepy.
Come on now, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Evidence stands against that reasoning, my friend. Do we need to talk about disqualifying the positive again?
All right, I get it. I guess I've been muddling through okay.
You've been doing wonderfully. I hope you are ready for a bit of a challenge tonight. Your next client has been known to be somewhat difficult.
Why are you giving me the difficult people right off the bat?
Here, look at her intake form.
Isabella Deste. Dang, she's got some funny tasting hats.
Isabella Deste. 550. She's from the Renaissance. Alright, was a key figure in the Italian Renaissance, funding the works of Leonardo da Vinci, Andrea Mantegna, and Michelangelo. She received a humanist education and knows much about history, art, music, and philosophy. She comes from a highly aristocratic background. Oh, she's gonna hate us. But has endured considerable family issues with the generations. She states that she's undergoing an existential immortality crisis, suggesting that her life and unlife have both been meaningless. Suggestion: be exceedingly polite.
I think you should get along quite well then.
Well, did you just make fun of my hat?
Walked right into that one.
Isabella is not your average vampire. She was once the powerful matriarch of one of the most influential families in Europe. She fraternized with popes and kings, and she also wielded great power over the art world. Some say that she was the model for the Mona Lisa.
Is that why she's not smiling?
One of them highfalutin types, huh? I don't think she's gonna like me
I was
much.
gonna say, we are not highfalutin, okay? We're not.
She is as human as any of us, Samuel. I already know you will find a way to relate with her.
But we're not human.
If you say so.
Remember, you can always seek my advice if you feel lost. You are not alone.
Sam, you're very charming, so we're just gonna put that. That's what we're gonna go for, is the charming.
But I hear the beating of elegant wings. Breathe, Samuel. Oh, and do be polite.
Goodness. So you are the new therapist Andromachos told me of. I was not expecting someone so rugged.
I'm very rugged. Thank you for noticing.
Sam Walls at your service, ma'am.
You are a therapist.
Oh, that's what I'm here for, ma'am.
Enough with this, ma'am. I am not running a whorehouse. You may call me Senora.
Oh, okay. We'll try, but he's not gonna pronounce that well, I don't think. Alright, Senora. Alright, Senora. Alright, Senora. This one's the closest. Senora. Senora. That's the closest.
All right, Senora.
There you go. Alright, as close as you're gonna get.
You have seen my what? Have you been peeking under my skirts, young man?
You know what? He's not good at pronouncing things, okay?
Huh? What are you talking about, lady?
Signora. Say it.
Signora.
It's like when people try to teach me how to pronounce things. Oh, Sam.
Signora. Signora.
Signora?
Porca miseria. This is not going to be easy, is
I'm
it?
sorry. I'm sorry.
Therapy ain't never easy, Senora.
So, therapy is always easy then.
No?
I said it ain't never easy, Senora.
Is therapy easy or is it not?
Oh, no. We are in so much danger.
Not, I guess.
Oh, how are we to examine my inner demons if your own speech is so diabolical?
You know what?
You know what? Let's start over.
I was about to say, we need to start over.
Greetings and salutations, Senora. I am most honored to receive you in my humble office.
Very well. I suppose it will do.
Yay.
I'm just here to help, Senora. It says here on your intake forms that you've been having a tough time lately.
A tough time. Indeed, yes, it has been a tough time. The realization that not only am I a corpse, but that I have been a useless corpse for nearly 400 years is a tough time.
Yes.
So what set off this feeling that you're a corpse?
I saw a film at the cinema.
Oh, don't go watch the films.
Hey, I love the cinema.
Bond with her over movies, bond with her over actors, bond with her over Hollywood glamour. Let's try that. Even though she's far elevated above that, I feel. But we're gonna try, and also I don't think I'd be good at this, but Go for it.
I can't get enough Hollywood. All that glitz and glamour. Them celebrities sure know how to look good.
Per favore, they look like employees of a peacock brothel.
As I was gonna say, she's above them. She's not gonna relate to them.
The battle between licentiousness and chastity has ended, and chastity has been utterly degraded on the battlefield.
I'm sorry?
They should be ashamed of themselves, parading their young flesh for the adulation of fools.
Don't look downstairs then, ma'am.
I could teach them about proper fashion, but alas, they would be incapable of hearing my wisdom.
Yes, because... Yep, that's all I'm gonna say. Yep.
I can tell I'm barking up the wrong tree here. Let's go back to this movie you saw at the cinema.
It was a most terrible film, one that shook me to my core. The pain of it lingers with me still 5 years later.
Okay, so it was 5 years ago.
Well, movies can be pretty powerful. Heck, I remember seeing one of the first films. There was a train coming right for the audience. We thought we were dead for sure.
I know that film. I actually know that film. We studied it in film class, and it was one of the first recordings they had done, and it shows a train, and they said that people in the audience actually dove out of the way. People actually screamed and dove out of the way of the screen because they thought a train was going to come through the wall. I want to say it was the 20s, maybe?
This film was not powerful, it was meaningless. It said nothing, did nothing, less than nothing, as loudly and garishly as possible.
Might have been even before then, I don't remember the exact date.
And the audience, fools that they were, cheered, applauded this desecration of the mind. I hate this film with all my being, for it has done the cruelest thing. It has revealed the dark truth. This life that I cling to has no purpose.
What did you go see?
Dang, what the heck was this movie?
Yeah, what was this movie?
Space Wars. Rise of the Spacewalker.
Why did you go watch a sci-fi film?
Well, wait a minute. Space Wars, the big science fiction franchise?
So she went to go see Star Wars? Rise of Skywalker?
Yes, I believe it is important to understand modern media diets.
You don't understand it. I don't know, honey. That's not for you. That's not for your type of people.
But that's the movie that gave you your personal crisis?
Mind your tone. Do not think me a fool. I know it was not high art.
No, it
But
wasn't.
the money it made, it would make even the Pope blush.
There's quite a other movies that you want to see something that made a lot of money. Go see Deadpool. I'm sure you'll love that.
This stinking trash. This is what the people want.
Yes, this is what the people want.
You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead.
No. Those really have nothing to do with each other, what you want to do in that film. Oh, no, which one is this? It's not a should statement. Labeling? Because you're saying it's pointless? If you start with all that I am, all that I ever was is dead. Maybe that's Nosferatu thinking, because you just think everything is... No, I'm gonna go with labeling? No.
For such a complicated woman, the answers are overly simple for Signora Deste, are they not, Samuel?
No, they're not, actually.
You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning.
Maybe it
were
means
pointless.
Nosferatu thinking
All that I am,
because
all that I ever was
it's
is
simple.
dead.
It's just one or the other.
You don't seem that dead to me. We're having this conversation, ain't we? You ain't just lying there decomposing.
It is no different. I might as well be rotting in the ground.
No, you can go do stuff. Go do something with your life then.
I think you might get pretty bored.
Are you getting smart with me, boy?
Look, I'm just talking facts. If you're saying all you are is dead, I think you might be doing some Nosferatu thinking. It ain't black and white. You're here. But let's go back to what you were saying.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now?
So, control fallacy. She thinks she's lost power?
All the world benefited? There's
Yeah,
a
not
lot of people, and they
everyone-
got a lot of different preferences. You can't get them all, can you?
Yeah, you can't impress everybody.
But I could, once upon a time.
But you didn't. Your world was just a lot smaller, and you probably had just a lot of power and influence over a small area. And now you don't, because the world just isn't really structured the same way anymore.
You can't reach everybody, Senora. I hadn't even heard of the Mona Lisa until about 1911.
Did you have any schooling whatsoever?
No.
No, I didn't. But I don't think anyone in my time knew about the Mona Lisa either.
Oh, how wonderful. You add to my despair.
Now, he's trying to make a point.
I'm saying you can't reach everyone, even in your own time.
Yeah, you never have that much. You don't have that much reach.
That is true. I doubt the rabble had much of an opinion about the so-called Great Masters.
We only know what we know. But you were saying.
It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
Okay, what could... Is this disqualifying the positive?
Come on now. Just because the Mona Lisa's been on a coaster doesn't mean that's all it's ever been for. I think you might be downplaying just what an impact you've had on the world.
The world needs no help from me to reduce my life's efforts to cheap commodities.
So just because something gets printed on a t-shirt, that cancels out everything that's good about it?
Yes, that is exactly what it does.
How? Prove it. Prove it. That seems incorrect.
And I thought I was good at disqualifying the positive.
It should not be so. Art should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should expose truth.
Those are a bunch of should statements.
You're saying art should have meaning and purpose. But does all art need those things?
What is the purpose of creation otherwise?
How about if I
Make you
just like
happy.
doodling? Ain't that a good enough reason to draw?
To make you happy.
It is a pointless reason.
Or maybe I want to do something pointless. All I'm saying is that I don't have the same shoulds you do.
Perhaps you should.
I knew that was gonna. I was about to say she's gonna be like, well, maybe you should.
But I don't. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Which is speak like a peasant.
Heck, that's what I am, Senora. Ain't nothing gonna change that reality. Let's get back to what you were saying.
But it seems I am just a dead woman. A walking corpse who is not worth listening to. I should walk into the sun.
Labeling? Because she says she's just dead?
Now, why have you gotta go and call yourself names?
They are not names, they are my reality. I am a dead woman, and I am a corpse, am I not?
Is that all you are?
This is how I am defined by the world.
But how do you define you?
Seems to me you're the one using them names. Hell, I think I'd be a little afraid of calling you a corpse.
As you should be. Allow me to continue. You know, you make me sound rather mad. Like an old woman, railing at the world, screaming into the void, all to no purpose.
Well, I mean, you said it, not me.
Look, Senora, all I'm trying to do is show you where you're a little rigid in your thinking is all. You're expecting a lot from the world and a lot from yourself. It ain't no surprise that you're gonna be disappointed over and over again.
I suppose that is some insight. Indeed, I have been in a state of disappointment from the moment I was 16.
That explains a lot.
What happened when you were 16?
I got married.
Oh, that'll do it.
I think I get it.
You probably married someone you didn't like, and it was probably an arranged marriage. You probably were not happy.
You absolutely do not get it. You are a man.
Well then, help me understand.
Frankie, my husband. He taught me the meaning of disappointment.
Oh no.
He taught me the world was built upon lies. These things men proclaim as values. Truth, beauty, the spiritual. They were all fiction.
I'm pretty sure you just had a bad husband.
But if men did not live according to principle, I would. I would set the example and shame them all. Yet, what a fool I have been to think humanity had greater aims.
So, what's this greater aim you're talking about?
I received a humanist education as a child. I was taught that the pathway to God was through rationality and a questioning mind, not slavish devotion to tradition. This world is not Eden, but it could be. Or so I thought.
So you're talking about a literal pathway to God?
No, fool. A pathway to godliness. to live according to our natures, our true natures.
You mean being nudists? You mean being vampires? You mean being Italian? I'm gonna say vampires?
You mean being vampires?
Come now, boy. Nothing could be further from natural.
I don't know, those seem like the tamest of the three options.
All this foolish hissing and copulation and blood drinking does not bring us closer to God. But it does give us more time to find the path.
Well, talk to me about this pathway to God. How do you reckon we find this path?
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
I feel like that's either Nosferatu thinking because she said, I have always known, or it's a control fallacy where she thinks that you can do that. I'm gonna guess control fallacy.
You really think we've got that much control, Senora?
Nice.
All we gotta do is be perfect, and then we've got our pathway to the Almighty?
Yes, it seems quite clear to me.
Senora, if that's how it is, it ain't no wonder you ain't forgiving yourself or anyone for the slightest mistakes. I would ask myself if anyone really has that much control. But keep talking.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice.
Is this also control fallacy? It seems like just another statement, just like the last one. Because I don't know if people can do all that.
You've been around a while,
Yeah.
Senora. In all that time, when have we mastered ourselves and our baser instincts?
Not a single day. Men especially have no bottom to their depravity.
I mean,
All right, fair enough.
fair enough.
So us fellas have disappointed you every day for a few hundred years, right? Ain't that proof that nothing you do is gonna change that?
An evil thought, Mr. Sam Walls, but true, I concede.
We're in agreement then. It's a little bit of a control fallacy to think that's gonna change because of you. Let's keep going.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
I feel like that's Nosferatu thinking because it says only. Like, that's not the only thing that could happen.
Now, hold up just a sec there, cowpoke. You really think all we can
Don't
do
call
is
her
sow
cowpoke,
death and
she won't like
destruction?
that.
I do not poke cows. Do I look like a farmer?
I do not poke cows.
Come on, Senora. You've been alive to see what? 15, 20 billion people live and die? You really saying death and destruction is all each and every one of them ever amounted to?
Well, perhaps not individually, but as an immortal, I look at the greater arc of history.
Well, most of us ain't looking to contribute to the greater arc of history, but that don't mean life's pointless. That's some Nosferatu thinking, I'll tell you what. But let's continue.
I'll tell you what.
I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
She says people become fat and lazy. She's not calling herself fat and lazy, so I feel like it's not labeling. Is this? I'm living. She's also saying that Eden is impossible in such a state. I'm gonna go back to Nosferatu thinking. No.
Our esteemed client is very good at coming up with names for others,
Oh,
isn't she?
okay.
Perhaps you can call her out on this behavior.
Well, I didn't know if the labeling counted for other people or only for her. I was
I have
confused by the
always known
rules.
the people.
Sounds to me like you're coming up with labels for kicking people out of the Garden of Eden. Is that all we amount to? Fat and lazy?
Look around your own country, boy. Look at me. See my disgusting rolls and
Oh,
saggy
so you have your
features.
own negative view towards yourself that you're putting.
Would you let me into the Garden of Eden?
I mean, there's not a Garden of Eden, so why are you so concerned?
Well, sure,
It's
why the
fine.
heck not?
Yeah, why the heck not?
I am glad you are not the gatekeeper then.
You're just going on about how you're supposed to be like the perfect example, and then you're talking negative about yourself. I'm confused by you, ma'am.
You rather have a gatekeeper who wouldn't let you in? Listen, Senora, you gotta go easy on yourself with them labels.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep talking, though.
I have always known we should act with dignity if we would take our place at God's side once more.
We should? Is this a should statement because it says the word should in it?
I think this here's the meat of it, Senora. the filet mignon.
The filet mignon.
I fear your French is even worse than your Italian.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Here's the thing, Senora. Who came up with all them shoulds that'll take you to God?
Why, the greatest thinkers of history that I studied in my youth. Plato, Aristotle, Cicero, Aquinas.
Sounds like a bunch of dead guys to me. They really had it all figured out way back when, huh?
Well, of course not. How foolish do you think me?
Not at all, Senora. Just questioning where all them shoulds are coming from. But let's keep going.
So you think you are so very clever, do you, boy? That by pointing out my distortions, you have won? That is where you are truly the fool. I already know how wrong I have been, that I have been chasing an impossible fiction all my life. Indeed, I now believe that even if we did follow the pathway to God, once we reach the end, we would discover that he, too, was a work of fiction.
Interesting.
When I say God, I mean goodness, propriety, intelligence. God himself is a lie.
I see. So you've lost your faith.
Yes, it has crumbled to dust, much like myself in this fat, wretched old body. Beauty and truth are lies. Ideas developed by ugly men to justify their existence. While we occupy ourselves chasing those ideals, they create space wars to leech our money and our vitality. And to think they call me judgmental while they created the false ideal to judge against. You don't think I'm judgmental, do you, boy?
You're extremely judgmental towards everyone and yourself. You're doing nothing but judging. I've never seen anyone judge more than you. Yes, absolutely. That's incorrect, because that would be Nosferatu thinking that I've never seen anyone judge more than you. I'm gonna say yes. Just yes, absolutely.
I wouldn't put it that way exactly. Besides, I ain't gonna call you names. In fact, that's where I think I want to challenge you. Senora, I think the person you're judging more than anyone is yourself.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of that.
I know you got raised with all them high ideals, so of course you're getting disappointed when nobody can reach them. That's some heavy pressure, not just on them, but on yourself. I'd ask yourself what all that pressure's doing for you. Is it bringing you any satisfaction? We can't always control what things are gonna be.
This is not acceptable.
Okay, you ain't giving me much to work with on this one. Why is it not? Are you... Is that... It's not a should statement. Nosferatu thinking?
Hold on, I know this one. What the heck she mean it's unacceptable to not be in control all the time?
Oh, in control.
Let's say that again, Senora.
Control fallacy.
I got some bad news for you, Senora. None of us really has the power to change the world on our own. Not even a clever lady like yourself. I suggest we start working on ways of helping you find a way to accept the world for what it is.
But the world is base and unworthy.
Remember that term I told you about? Nosferatu thinking? You're gonna strip all the color out of the world if you keep doing that. The world's a lot more than just base and unworthy.
Nosferatu thinking. I am not used to having my own thoughts thrown back at me.
Well, that's why you're here, ain't it? I ain't gonna help you change the world, Senora. All I can do is help you find some other perspectives.
I suppose there is a certain simpleton's wisdom in the way you speak.
That's why he's so charming.
Thanks, I guess.
I guess.
Very well, boy. I will consider what you have said. We will meet again in exactly 4 weeks. Do we have an understanding?
Yes. Does he get paid for this?
Yes, indeedy, Senora.
Or is this like an unpaid internship?
Ugh. Please learn to speak properly by then.
Nope. If he hasn't learned how to do it in this many years, he's never gonna.
Well done, Samuel. I believe you handled Senora Deste quite well.
You kidding? That lady straight up hates my guts.
No, not by the end. She did at the beginning. I think she's okay with you.
Samuel, if Isabella Deste hated your guts, she would not be shy about telling you so.
Yeah, so it's like she would have told you outright.
That I believe.
Older we get, the harder it is to gain a different perspective. Have patience. We are not all as wise as Samuel Walls.
Guess it's just that simpleton's wisdom, as the Senora called it.
Do not adopt her label, Samuel. I will not stand for it.
Yeah, don't label yourself.
I know she was a challenge, but you rose to it as I think you deserve
I
a
didn't
night
mean to
of hard
overclick.
drinking. What do you say?
Yeah.
You don't need to tell me twice. All right, Andy. I'll see you later then.
Indeed, Samuel. Enjoy yourself. Excellent work tonight.
Thank you.
Rest in peace.
Thank you, Daddy. Good night. Are we gonna go down to the bar? Are we just gonna go night-night? What are we gonna do now?
Dang, I think that's enough abuse for one night. I could use a drink and a quiet night.
This time I'm gonna just listen to the music and see what we have to read. Oh, our client records are in here now. Oh, that's cool. Okay, hold on. It opens me to random places every time, and I don't like that. I just want to open the first page. That was so weird. Okay, let's go to my ramblings. Oh, that's weird. It didn't add another one. Maybe after tomorrow? It'll add a new one? Okay, let's look at the client sections. My client notes. Sorry. Tired. Okay, so what did I put in my notes for Dr. Drain? Dr. Drain is addicted to a plasma that makes him black out and do things he dislikes doing. Likes illogical approach, doesn't sleep, irritable, maybe because he's not sleeping. Loves should statements, and maybe a fair amount of disqualifying the positive. Obsessed with work, doesn't seem to like vampires. Next time I should figure out what the heck this plasma stuff actually does. Yeah. Alright. Isabella Desta thinks her life was meaningless because modern art is meaningless too. Apparently this rise of the Spacewalker movie set her off. Extremely high-minded, major issues with her former husband. Thinks most people are corrupt, especially menfolk. Used to be a devout Catholic, not so much anymore. Likes to be in control, maybe a lot of control fallacies. Next time, dig into the family stuff. Seems like there's a lot of anger there. Yeah, probably so. Okay, cool.
Hey, cowboy. Why the long face?
I used to say the same thing to my princess.
Was that your horse?
Your daughter.
No.
My horse, actually. She never really understood the joke, but I still like telling it to her.
As soon as you said the long face, I'm like, it's gonna be a horse.
You didn't answer my question, Gunslinger. What's got you down?
Oh, I just finished up with my second client. She gave me a tongue lashing to remember her by. You ever talk to someone who's so educated and refined that they make you feel like a space alien?
Only everyone I ever met in law school. At least until I learned to speak their language.
You're a lawyer?
I was gonna say, she went to law school?
Was, and no, I wasn't the blood-sucking kind before you start with the vampire jokes. Just a wide-eyed DC do-gooder. But I get what you're talking about. People can use language like a membership card. You don't speak the lingo, you don't get in.
Makes sense.
Well, that's just what I mean. I just ain't sure I've got the lingo for a 500-year-old high society Renaissance woman.
Well, how do you think your session went? Think she heard you?
I think she heard some of it. I'll just say, I'm trying to be positive.
Well, she did say that I'd given her some stuff to think about. And to tell the truth, she seemed kind of embarrassed about that.
So what? If she heard you, I'd take the W, cowboy.
Yeah.
Take the W. What, the wagon?
Yeah, take the wagon.
The win, Gramps. Maybe she isn't gonna relate to you, but that doesn't mean she can't hear you.
You're probably right. I guess I'll take the W. And while you're at it, I'll take some B2. That's blood, see?
He's so cute.
What are you in the mood for? Men? Women? Something a little more off the beaten path?
Ah, yes. The third gender. Just the way this is written was silly. That line, sorry. What do you mean by something off the beaten path?
I think I'll have some takeaway tonight. What have you got?
Here, try this. Should put some color in those cheeks.
You really ain't squeamish, huh, Crimson?
Nah, healthy blood never hurt anyone. I've been hanging around vampires for 20 years, and they aren't so scary.
Not even Bert?
We love Bert. Bert's a softie.
What, that old pointy-eared teddy bear? He's a total sweetheart, unless someone gets aggressive or touchy with the customers.
Yeah, no, he's a good boy.
What does he do then?
Beats him to a pulp.
They get a stern warning.
Oh.
And if they don't listen?
Why, then he eats them.
There it is. I was like, at some point he has to eat him or something.
Well, maybe he is a teddy bear. I met Teddy Roosevelt back in the night, and I'm pretty sure he would have done the same thing. Speaking of which, I got a thirst something fierce. I think I'll head back to my coffin for a little rest. But you have a good night, Crimson.
You too, Sam. Don't let the Draculas bite.
Time to crack open a warm one.
Is there someone in here with me?
That's the good stuff. Now, maybe I can find a quote from one of my favorite books that'll help give me a little inspiration.
I want to watch TV.
Or I could watch the Three Stooges hit each other a whole bunch.
I want to watch TV.
Or I could just go to sleep. What's it gonna be, Sammy boy?
I want to watch TV. Read some Thoreau. Watch the Three Stooges. Just get some sleep. Ooh. We should. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of the Three Stooges. They just weren't my comedy. We're gonna read some Thoreau.
My profession is to be always on the alert, to find God in nature, to know his lurking places. I always like that quote. I ain't a God-fearing kind, but it's true. There's a natural beauty behind the man-made world if you know where to look. Isabella D'Este's all culture and breeding, but underneath, she's got her vulnerable and beautiful humanity too. I just gotta remember that. All right, that's enough for one night. Time for some rest. I hope my next climb will be a little easier.
Alrighty. Excellent. Let's get to that save point. Hey, we made it to the next day.
Samuel,
Checkpoint
good evening.
saved.
I am glad to see you looking so fresh and well slept.
It's because I'm eating and drinking real good and nappy time. And also, that is going to be it for the night because I know that I got started really late, so this hasn't been a super long stream. But we have gotten a good amount of this in. Very good for our very first stream of Halloween. We had to show Klaus again. I had to switch this camera so you can see him in his vampire outfit because he wanted to dress up for you. Because it's October, which means we're gonna do costumes all month. And we're gonna be doing more of these kind of dark, or this one's like kind of dark comedies. I don't think it's considered horror technically. It just has like that dark themes and stuff in it. I mean, it's vampires, the best thing. But we're gonna have some other things like that. Another game I'm gonna play, I have on my list, is another dating sim. It's called Killer Chat, where you are a writer who gets invited to join a chat room of serial killers accidentally because you were doing some research for a book, which sounds like exactly something that would happen to me in real life. So of course I have to play it. So we're gonna play Killer Chat sometime this month, not just this week, this month, and more of the Vampire Therapist because I'm very much enjoying this. Hopefully y'all are too. It's supposed to be both funny but also a thought-provoking game, and I don't know, I'm enjoying it. Y'all let me know in like the comments and stuff when I upload this on YouTube. I post all my VODs over there. And yeah, definitely let me know if this is something you want to see more of, and that will also help me know if I want to stream it on YouTube and YouTube and Twitch, or just one or the other, but whatever. So yeah, thank you for everyone who popped in for tonight. I know this was a little different than the content I've been doing lately. I've been doing a lot more dating sim games, but I like this one. It's not quite the same, but we did have a little spicy moment with our goth babies over there. You know, Matt Mercer. I liked the look, but also even just for the voice, you know, we had to go for that. But anyway, that is going to be it for the night because I'm an old man and I am tired. So happy time zone, whatever time zone it may be for you, and I will hopefully see y'all again next time. So good night from me and Klaus. Bye bye.